Welcome, everyone. I want to start today by taking a moment to celebrate you if you've been joining us for this four-part series. We started by doing a little bit of envisioning with each other and doing some vision boarding. Some of you completed your vision boards. That's awesome. Some of you just filled out some of the prompts that would help you think about what you wanted this year. The second thing that we did was we talked about the limiting beliefs that can get in the way of having the vision that you want for yourself. So often we set these January goals or January intentions or resolutions. And one of the most important things that we don't do is to think about what are the beliefs that I have that get in the way of me actually having that vision, right? We end up saying like, I set this goal because I didn't do anything that I was supposed to do in 2024, or I set this goal because I don't think I'm good enough, or I set this goal because I want to do better. And all of that thinking is actually keeping us from being able to reach our goals because we feel like they're so far away. So that second part was all about identifying what those limiting beliefs were and then getting rid of them. The third thing that we did last week was we talked about how your health plays a role in reaching the vision that you really want for yourself, right? We talked about the triad of health, the thinking, the eating, and the living components that are important for you to uphold in order for you to be able to have the vision of yourself that you set out for in the beginning of our training series. And then finally today, we're going to talk about taking action. And what I'm going to share with you today might surprise you a little bit because I'm not going to give you an exact plan or an exact roadmap in order to get to the goal that you're looking for. I'm actually it's going to be a little bit more open than that. And I'm going to guide you into thinking a little bit differently about how to set goals and how to follow through with them. Of course, following through with a goal isn't easy unless you have some accountability, right? Having someone in your corner to help you, having a friend who's joining you. I have a friend that goes to the gym with me. I have a caring partner at home, and we do come up with food ideas together. Just last night, she made a commitment to run, and I held her accountable for that. Other examples are going out with a group. I have a running group every Saturday that I meet up with, and that kind of accountability is really helpful. And I didn't always start with these groups and friends, and I actually needed to start privately with a coach who would help me really uphold the goals and the desires that I had for myself. Otherwise, I would continue to go down the cycle of failing and flailing. So if that's something that you're interested in, I am offering that. And I am offering a spot in my one-on-one program, my energetic eating program, or in my membership to join us to be able to follow through with the goals you set out for yourself this year. I'll tell you more about that at the end of this training. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started and talk about what you can do in order to be able to reach your goals and take action that feels meaningful to you. Before we begin, I want you to think about the intention that you set for yourself beginning of January. Again, maybe it was a resolution or an intention or something from your vision board. And you can close your eyes, or you can just take a moment to really think about that to induce relaxation in the body. Think about that vision that you hold for yourself, that you want this year for your healthiest self, reclaiming your health, feeling amazing, letting go of resentments, letting go of fear, letting go of the feeling that it's impossible, the constraints of time, the constraints of your work or your family, or the things that you feel like get in your way. Just all of that is gone. You get to have what you want. And having what you want means that you can see it, that you can believe that you can have it. Right? You got to believe that you can have it. And then you got to think, well, how am I going to be the healthiest version of myself in order to have that? Imagine yourself healthy and strong and happy and fulfilled with the ability to get what you want and with the ability to not only receive it, but to let it feel good running through your body. That you respect your body, that you choose foods that help you thrive, that you follow your heart, and that all of this comes true for you. And it is possible for you because I made it possible for me years ago when I was flailing and feeling like I couldn't get anywhere with my health and well-being. And I was blaming myself and blaming my external circumstances and setting the same goals over and over and over again. And the only way I helped myself was through the process that I've been teaching you over the past couple weeks and in taking action in the way that I'm going to share with you now. The first thing I'm going to share with you is the power of something called 20 ways. Now, I've done this 50 ways. I've even done this 100 ways, but I'm just going to challenge you, since this might be your first time, to do the power of 20 ways. one of the biggest barriers in getting what we want is feeling stuck. And that's where the strategy of coming up with 20 ways comes in. And here's how it works. When we challenge ourselves to come up with 20 ways to solve a problem or achieve our goal, you're pushing past your initial surface level thoughts or ideas that are within you, right? You dig deeper into your subconscious about the things that maybe you never really thought of before. You get really creative and you unlock unexpected solutions in order to get there. You'll find ideas that surprise you and that you may have never even considered if you stopped at 5 or 10. Okay, so I want you to think about some examples. One might be if you desire to drink more water, right? And you're just like, oh, I'm going to drink more water. What are 20 ways that you could drink more water? Right now, I could probably think of 5, right? I could put a Post-it on my desk. I could have a water bottle on my desk. I could buy myself a new water bottle. I could set a timer on my phone. I can make sure I drink water every day before bed. I can check and see, if I can drink water every time I take a break from work, and I can go on and on and on until I get to 20 ways. It's going to open up this path for me to see that it's not just drinking more water and it's not just having one way of doing it, but it's many ways. And when you do that, you align yourself with the goal more deeply and you start to come up with more ideas on how you can get there. Okay. Maybe your goal is to exercise more. So you're going to come up with 20 ways that you can exercise more. You may start with something like walking or running or going to the gym twice a week or walking your dog more. But as you continue to progress into 20 ways, you might come up with really creative things like dancing in the kitchen after dinner, right? Or doing a couple push-ups every day before work. You start to get out of that stagnant way of thinking about things, that straight line way or the typical way of doing things, or even the ways that you're fed by social media to do things. And you start to ask yourself, what do I think I could do in order to get there? So what I want you to do is to pick something from your vision board or from your vision or from your resolutions that feels really, really, really important to you, extremely important to the point where if you did it, it would actually impact the other things. And then I want you to make a list of 20 ways that you could get there. Just take a deep breath and you can do it. At the end of this, I'll open up my Zoom room to answer any questions about that. But that's one way that you're going to think about how you can take action, is think about it more than just the goal and more than just one pathway. There's many different pathways. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to transition from the 20 ways into SMART goals. Once you have all of those ideas, you're going to pick a couple of them and you're going to turn them into what are called SMART goals. A SMART goal is a framework that means a specific goal, make sure it's measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. When your goal has these elements, it's no longer a wish or something that you hope to have. It ends up becoming a plan. Let's think about one of the examples that we came up with, the 20 ways, right? So let's say that for you to exercise more, you're going to walk your dog. I want you to make it specific. I'm going to walk my dog every day after lunch. Make it measurable. I'm going to walk my dog every day after lunch for 40 minutes. Achievable. Is it possible for you to do that? If you're saying 40 minutes, but you only have 20 minutes, then it's not achievable, right? So make it achievable. If it's 5 minutes, make it 5 minutes. It's still more than what you had before. Make it relevant. Is walking your dog relevant to exercise and relevant to your health or weight loss goal? If it is, awesome. And then time bound. How long are you going to challenge yourself to do this? Are you going to do this for 1 month? Are you going to do it for 2 months? Are you going to do it for 3 months? And then at the end of that time period, you can go back and reassess how you want to change that. Maybe you want to walk more. Maybe you want to add it after dinner. Maybe you want to add it in the morning time. Maybe you want to switch it because the timing isn't working for you anymore. So doing that framework, SMART, a SMART goal, is going to help you follow through with it. And it makes it more intentional than, again, just this thing that's sort of up in the sky. So the two things that we've talked about today to set goals is to break something down into 20 ways to achieve it, and then use the SMART framework to do it. And my big challenge for you is to take 2 ideas from your vision, or 1 idea from your vision board. Make 20 ways to do that. And then take 2 of those and turn those into SMART goals. Okay. So that's what I'm offering for you today to follow through. Again, as I said in the beginning, it might not be enough for you to go through a creative process, to go through the visualization, to go through the limiting beliefs, and to do that. And you don't have to do it alone. You can do it in community. You can do it with me. You can do it with a friend. You can do it with another coach, but don't do it alone, because I want you to achieve your goals this year. And if not doing it alone is something that you're interested in, I am opening up my energetic eating method to anybody who wants to enroll so that you can reach your health goals this year. You've already done the beginning part, right? The hard part. The first thing I do with my clients is visualize, start talking about those limiting beliefs. We start talking about the health components that are going to help them reach their goals. And then we also talk about setting those small goals and those SMART goals and following through with them. If doing something like that is important to you, if you have goals that you haven't been able to reach over the last couple of years and you are just aching to have them, and it feels deep in your soul that if you don't have this, that it's just not going to feel right by the end of the year, then I want to invite you to join me. If you're interested, you can write EEM in the chat box. You can do that down below in my YouTube channel or here in the group. And I'm happy to get you the information on energetic eating. You can also contact me through my website, cultivatehealthcoaching.com, and fill out the contact form. And I'll get back to you and we can talk more about working together over the next couple months. It is a 6-month program. That's how long I find that it takes to spend time with people to make these changes. We go through my 12-step process in the first 12 weeks, and then we really work to home in on that and to follow through with everything in the second 12 weeks. Okay. I would love to support you in that. So just let me know.